Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel here on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. So I'm going to do the best I can in the time I have here to tell you about the punk rock band I played bass for from 1996 to 1998, I think, called Joe Buck. Benj Rowland suggested I do the video, and it's a great idea, Benj. Now, when I was playing in Wine with Everything, we found out there was this younger group, this younger band called Joe Buck, that kind of admired us and wanted to do a gig with us. Now, we weren't used to anyone admiring us at all, so we kind of hooked up with them. And they were these like ragtag bunch of like hoodlums, you know, who played crazy Stooges style rock music, you know. The band had a drummer who just beat on a juice jug, 3 lead guitar players, and a lead singer named Ejacula. We found out later his name's Mark Russel. But yeah, he would wear a little cape on stage, and like a tighty whities or something like that. And he'd always be doing crazy stuff like lighting himself on fire, you know, stuff like that. It was, anyhow, the first time I saw this band was when they did a gig with us up at No Place, and I instantly fell in love with them. And I thought to myself, this band doesn't have a bassist. I can play the bass. I can play this kind of music. I'm going to be their bassist. And I was 26, and they were all like 16, 17 years old, right? So I got to meet Wyatt and Zak and Luke. And Luke came along. He was I guess he came along around the same time I did. He the Juice Jug drummer Chris, who was kind of the main songwriter of the band. He wrote a lot of the songs, I guess. He quit the band, and they got a real drummer, a guy named Philp. It was fantastic. Yeah, and we caused quite a ruckus on the punk scene. You know, at the time, a lot of the punk bands were hardcore bands, you know, and they didn't really get down with the Joe Buck stylings of the Stooges and the MC5 and stuff like that. But we got people's attention pretty quick, and yeah, it was a crazy band, and you know, ran parallel with Wine with Everything. Like pretty much from that point, everything Wine with Everything did, we did with Joe Buck. It was great, and anyhow, we got a gig at the peak of our career. We got a gig opening up for the Headstones. We played like hardcore shows with like the Bunch of Fucking Goofs and like other Canadian punk rock bands and stuff, but nothing like we hadn't had a big show, you know. Now the Headstones were playing at the Gordon Best Theater, the theater above the bar that I worked at, owned by the same owner. The Gordon Best Theater is, you know, it was once one of the best venues in Canada. I can say that after having toured Canada. It's a fantastic venue, or it was anyway. And anyway, the Headstones played there, and the owner of the Only and the Gordon Best, he liked Joe Buck, so he got us to open for them. Now my friend Bucky, who started commenting here, Buck Horish, he was our manager, and we called him Diamond Bucket, and he had a hand in getting that Headstones gig as well. He might have actually talked to the owner and letting it happen. But anyhow, we blew the Headstones off the stage. It like you know, in the local music rags and shit like that, the Headstones concert was considered the best of the year. Um, no mention of Joe Buck, just about the Headstones. The Headstones sucked. Um, you know, I've never liked them really, but they really sucked. And so the word on the street was, "Wow, you guys really blew the Headstones off the stage," and showed them what rock and roll was all about. You know, so that was kind of a nice thing to hear. Although our drummer Luke, he wrote a song about Hugh Dillon, the singer, um, called Hugh Dillon's Pouch, and Hugh Dillon got wind of it and wanted to beat the shit out of Luke, so that wasn't good. But yeah. But yeah, anyway, Joe Buck, yeah, we did one gig. It lasted 2 seconds long. We played a New Year's Eve concert at the Joe Buck House, and which isn't too far, just a couple streets parallel to where I live, and where I live now, yeah. And the Joe Buck House was crazy. It was just, we drank so much. We were definitely a drinking band. Um, you know, drunk, so drunk. But we all were around that time, I guess. Um, yeah, and yeah, we played this New Year's Eve gig where we spent the whole night getting shit faced at the Joe Buck House, and then at midnight we were gonna play, and so at midnight we all go downstairs to the basement and plug in our shit, and everybody comes down to watch us play, and the first thing that we do is we all smash our guitars into each other. That was something that we often did, and but we did it exceptionally hard and drunkenly this time. And I snapped the head stock off the bass, and somebody else's shit got fucked up. Everybody fell into the drum kit, and the drum kit got trashed. It was a punk as fuck gig. It lasted 2 seconds. Um, so we just went back to drinking more. But yeah, Joe Buck was the punk rock band I wished I had in high school. Um, Joe Buck was the band I always wanted to be in like that type of band in any capacity. And playing bass was perfect for that for me, because it was just real simple. I could just lay back and play the bass and let Mark do his thing. We all just kind of hung back and let Mark do his crazy Ejacula shit. And yeah, he would do fucked up stuff. But we had some great songs. Our big hit called Moto started off with the best opening line out of any song I've ever heard. It went 1, 2, 3, 4 police car, 5, 6, 7, 8 ambulance. We are Joe Buck, motherfucker. Uh, it's all about the police car and ambulance. I don't know. It was a heavy intro. It was cool. But yeah, Joe Buck, man. They were. It was a fire and a fury under that band. Um, what happened with that band is members moved away. Um, Jesse, Wyatt, and I all got involved with other projects like the Silver Hearts. I went on to play with those guys for years after Joe Buck, playing in the Silver Hearts. Joe Buck had a second drummer at one point too, a fellow named Mike Sheehan, who was fantastic. He played a lot of the hardcore gigs we played and stuff like that with us. But yeah, great band, great times. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could have always had a band like that in my life. You know, that's the music I truly love to play. It's punk rock. Um, but yeah, good times. Yeah, so Joe Buck, we had a reputation, that's for sure. And there was a trail of damage left in our path whenever we played. Once one with everything and Joe Buck played at the Jolly Hangman, and the owner got super pissed, or not the owner, the manager that night got super pissed off at us because we sold the place out of beer, and he had to go make extra beer runs, and that was a hardship for him. And we were too loud. There was a party going on at the residences just across the way that was way louder than we were. But yeah, Paul he almost called the cops on us. I couldn't believe it. What a wanker. But yeah, Joe Buck, man, motherfuck, Joe Buck, motherfuck. It was a great band. It'll always hold a place in my heart. Uh, I have a black star tattoo to show that I was in the band, and yeah, that's about it. But thanks for watching my video about Joe Buck, everybody. I hope this was a concise enough video for 15-minute video on something. Thank you, Benj Rowland, for the idea. Check out Benj on Instagram. Benj Rowland, I guess. Benj_Rowland. Or maybe Benj can drop his social medias in the comments, because I'm not quite sure of them all. He does a lot of stuff. Very talented musician. Probably my favorite musician in Peterborough. Yeah. But all right. I guess so. Well, yeah, favorite musician in downtown Peterborough, But who's like doing stuff all the time. But yeah, anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and be well, stay free.